Yeah, here I am yakking already.
Your dog keeps looking at me like
All right.
I want money.
We'll be back now. That sounded real good. We'll be back now.
Meow.
We're back now.
We're back meow.
Right now.
We crashed. We're back. We're live. I don't know where we crashed, so Brandon's here. Counting out's here. I don't know if we heard anything about Brandon tomorrow night. We're sick of it all.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
We'll talk about it
They
again.
probably missed all of it. Who cares?
Yeah.
It happens. Man.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we got Reed ready, so I'm going to call him, and then I'll switch over, and we'll have that big deal going on. So, Reed from Corrosion of Conformity. Thanks again, Kelsey, for making this happen. Where are we at?
You cool if I switch this over to me? Cool if I switch this over to me?
Yo!
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
What's up?
Hey, I'm just switching you over. Try your camera emblem on your screen.
Say what?
There's a camera emblem. Just roll your mouse over your the picture where you see us,
Yeah.
and you should. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Reed.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
I got
What's going on?
Michael Murrietti, Jeremy Truschel,
You got it.
Brandon from Tampa Hardcore, me.
Right on.
Thanks for joining us tonight, man. From Rally,
Thanks for
right?
having me, man.
Yeah, man. Awesome. We played some COC just before we had you on.
Oh, yeah, what'd you play?
I played some stuff from the '90s, man. I don't have it queued right up here.
That metal shit? You didn't play any of the punk shit?
Nah, I played some stuff from
It was
'85.
the metal stuff.
I played some
stuff.
stuff off the Animosity. I think it was the last song I played. It was some live stuff.
Earlier today you told me Animosity threw you for a loop. I found that interesting. Because
Yeah.
you like Eye for an Eye or something, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Animosity threw you for a loop?
Yeah, man. I was like
It did, really?
15 or 16. I was just like, oh no. What are they doing? What are they doing? I think that's when Pusshead did your artwork on that album, right?
Yep. He wanted $100 and 10 copies of the album.
Wow. What a
Good
bargain.
deal, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Old Brian Schroeder. Boise, Idaho.
Hey, so who originally designed that logo? That's probably one of the best logos in music that I can think of, man.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah. You know how many tattoos I've seen of that?
Oh, yeah.
How many have you seen?
Fuck, man. I think it's got to be thousands by now.
Thousands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I met one dude. You guys are gonna find this hard to believe, but it's true. I met one dude that came to a show and he showed me he had a big one on his leg, and he said, "Man, I was at a tattoo parlor and I was drunk, and they still let me get a tattoo. I picked something off the wall, and it was your COC skull, and I didn't even know it was a band."
Jesus.
That's awesome.
Anyway, he got into the band later, and obviously he showed up and shit like that. There was a kid that came to me and Woody's high school, I guess it was through junior year or something. Me and Woody went to the same high school. I've known Woody since like 5th grade or something. But named Errol Engelbrecht. He's from Wisconsin, and he was an artist dude, and he came in and he did. He had his own fanzine and shit after a while. He was a big fixture in the old Raleigh punk rock scene. And anyway, we needed a flyer for a show. I used to do all the shows in Raleigh, all the hardcore shows. And one of our favorite bands from DC was called Void.
Yeah.
And here's the flyer that I did for the Void show. If you can see that.
Oh, wow, man.
See that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Nice.
And Errol was like, he wanted to do one better, so Errol came up with this one.
Oh.
That's the very first skull ever. He did it for the. Can you see that at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So that's
awesome.
the first time
That's
the skull
awesome.
was ever used.
Nice.
And we were after that. We were like, God damn, that thing's badass.
Yeah.
So we much like the Pusshead thing, we bought the skull from Errol for $150.
Well spent, huh?
Yeah, no shit, right? Yeah.
You know,
Today he's still a little bummed out, but I think we still have the receipt on a napkin somewhere.
That's awesome.
$150 in 1983. That was a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
it's funny. Like
Us anyway.
10 years later, I'm at the Sarasota County Fair, right? And you know
Yep.
those little fucking booths where you can buy like nunchucks and butterfly knives?
Yeah.
I bought a Corrosion of Conformity steel ring.
A steel? Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it was your
Have
skull.
the spikes and everything?
Yeah, it had the spikes and
I
everything.
had that too.
I got it taken away from me at school because they were afraid I was going to punch somebody in the face with it. They're like, you can't bring that on school. I was like, it's a fucking ring, man.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that have any influence? Did that design have any influence from the Fallout shelter, man? You remember the Fallout shelter?
Oh, I do indeed. Yeah. Many good shows at the Fallout Shelter. The Fallout Shelter and the brewery. Those were the big places in Raleigh where we used to always have shows. I usually did them at the brewery. There was a fuckload of good shows at the Fallout Shelter too. I remember Anthrax actually played there once.
Wow.
They showed up in their big ass tour bus. I think it was just like 92 or something. They had no idea what they were in for. And that Scott guy was like, I was friends with him or whatever. He wanted to cancel the show, and I was like, come on, dude. This is going to be a show you'll never forget. So they ended up playing, and Charlie Benante's drum kit took the whole stage. Anyway, they ended up playing. It was killer, but yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, the Skull, I think how the Skull influenced COC the most is that it helped us print up shirts. It helped us get gas money from show to show back in 82, 83, 84, 85. Because back then, man, you weren't making any money at the shows. You're basically, scraping by.
Yeah.
And everybody seemed like the Skull, especially if it was on a shirt. So that led to us being able to survive through all that kind
Became
of fun
synonymous
time. You know what I
with
mean?
it,
Yeah. Guys have had several lineup changes and stuff, and this is pretty much like the same lineup you had from way back, right?
The three-piece, yeah. This is the three of us really started the band. Yeah, like you said, we've had a lot of different members, a lot of different singers. You know how Black Flag had a million different singers, and Black Sabbath had a million different singers. Well, COC's had a million different singers, but and we've kind of stayed true to our name a little bit. We, Corrosion of Conformity. We throw out our fans a wrench like every time we put an album. We're like, what the fuck is this? It doesn't sound like the last thing, but this is the core of the band. Like the three of us, Mike Dean and Woody and myself, we really learned how to play together. Like when we first started jamming, I think it was like 2 weeks after I first got my drum kit that Woody showed me the Ramones beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my buddy Eric Ike, who ended up singing for us on Eye for an Eye, showed me the Bad Brains beat. So if you knew those two beats, man, you could start a band.
Yeah, pretty
it.
much.
That's all you needed back then, anyway. I mean, things have changed a little bit better now, but
Cool.
That's awesome.
And now you're getting ready to go. We've got a guy, Dan, who's out in Vancouver. He's going to catch you guys, I guess, with Gwar.
oh, Dan, yeah. I know Dan.
Cool.
Dan's always there.
All
Gotta
right.
love Dan.
There you go, Dan.
Yeah, there right now, actually.
Have you played with Gwar before? Or
Yeah, we did a barbecue a couple years ago, and that was the first barbecue I've ever been to. It's always fun. Any Gwar event is always pretty fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gwar, I remember. See, I knew Brocky back when he was in Death Piggy, when he was in the hardcore band before,
Yeah.
and they were pretty good. But Brocky, you could tell he was like destined to be a star. He was like, he'd come in a room and it was like, Rocky, ta-da! But he was like in design school at VCU, and the whole Gwar thing was just like some art school project. I remember that they did, because it wasn't supposed to be a real band. Because my buddies in Graven Image and Honor Roll, some of the local punk rock bands at the time up there, like, man, you got to come up and see Brocky's new thing. It's like his class project, and that's back when it was all paper mache and shit like that. But this is gonna be fun. We're stoked to be on it. It's gonna be like a month. We're gonna work our way across the United States. And
okay. Cool. Are you coming to Florida at all, or?
Yeah. I think we're playing some dates.
Yeah,
We?
man.
You should know better than me.
I didn't.
Dude, I'm a blonde drummer. Come on, give me a break. I had to get help and get on this damn Skype thing.
Hey, that's
Retard, they call me.
Don't even go there, man. Because probably about 85% of our guests that are on the show have their usually it's their child or something that gets them set up.
Yeah, right.
They bring the 9-year-old in the room, and the 9-year-old's just like, boom, there you go, Dad.
Yeah.
So.
I checked out a couple of those bands, man. They were good.
Oh, cool. Well, that's these guys over here was one of them.
Right on.
Yeah. So, and then later on in the show, we'll have Steve. He's out in California. Wow.
Dude, did you just crop dust this whole place?
We just got crop dusted.
Dude, that thing is so foul,
Big,
man.
Big Mike just crop dusted us.
Thanks, man.
Dude.
I tried to go out the door. I had to fart, man.
The one earlier, I literally almost jumped
You're
off the
trying to-
Skyway Bridge to get away from it. It was like...
You're trying to be considerate, but you didn't make it.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice enough down here. We got the door open and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's beautiful out
It's
here.
you know, I think it's like low 60s. I think
Yeah.
probably the
Oh,
same as you guys.
Yeah. The dude carrying our gear is making his way across America with Mike Dean right now. They're all worried about what is it, the Arctic vortex?
Right?
A deadly Arctic vortex, like no one's seen snow before.
Yeah, exactly. I know. What the fuck?
Yeah, man. Deadly vortex in
Yeah.
fucking November.
The last time I was up there in Raleigh, I was telling you we moved Florida Power up to Progress Energy to files, and it just started snowing right on Thanksgiving because we had to do the file thing when they were closed down and stuff. The file.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the only times in my life I've seen snow. You know, and it wasn't, one time down in Florida in like '77, but that was a joke. So,
Right
but
on.
Nice.
so does COC play Rally on a regular basis, or is it just like you're strictly out touring, or?
No, we like to play Raleigh. The problem with playing Raleigh is half the town's been in the band. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So sometimes that interferes with guest lists and stuff like that. No, it's cool. We love playing it here. Let's see. I guess COC 3-piece played about three or 4 months ago, and then I did a show with Carl, the singer for Blind. We did a show on Sunday. It was a benefit for this chick, Catherine Ludwig. She was the editor of a magazine. Let's see if I got one right here. She was the editor of this thing right here. You see that?
Maniac Mag.
Metal Maniacs.
Metal Maniacs.
Yeah, that's cool.
Anyway,
man.
she was a good friend of ours from the '90s, and she helped promote us a lot. And during the Blind one, and we recently, Carl and I found out that she has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and massive doctor bills. So we did a little benefit for her on Sunday. Let's see if I got it. So we did all the Blind stuff from that. I mean, it was kind of fun because for me, the Blind album has a lot of mathy kind of drum shit on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's fun for me. But we raised her a bunch of cash, and that was cool.
Great. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anytime you guys do anything in the future like that, let us know, and we'll try to put it out there, man.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Fuck yeah, definitely.
That's cool that you guys do that. I mean, it shows you guys are down to earth. So, I mean, I'm not saying you passed your heyday and stuff, but '90s, man, you guys were on MTV and shit, man.
Oh yeah.
You guys
Back
were
when
big
MTV
time.
did music.
You guys were big time, man. What was that like? I mean,
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead liked us and shit.
I mean, you got all kinds of. I mean, we were talking earlier, and you were telling me something about with Oliver Stone. I mean, you want to talk about that, or was that?
Oh yeah, you're talking about Eric?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, because I was telling you about that. There's a video I just found. Well, Eric, the singer for Eye for an Eye, man, he was a great front guy. I think he was one of the best front guys I'd ever seen. He was like a white HR, but he kind of looked like Henry Rollins. He was like a caveman. He grabbed kids by just their arm and lift them out of the fucking crowd. And he liked to fight a lot, so he was covered in scar tissue. So he would just thrash himself every show. He would just go nuts, man, and he wouldn't feel a thing and recuperate like that. Anyway, there was a guy that was a critic, one of the main editors for the local magazine here in town called The Independent, and this guy had a big crush on Eric and thought Eric could be like a star. But Eric obviously had never acted before, and so this guy was friends with Oliver Stone and found out that Oliver Stone was going to do that movie Platoon. So what you're talking about is the critic guy set up a show, even though it wasn't a show, it was just us performing to like show off Eric's charisma and machismo, so he could play alongside old Charlie Sheen in Platoon. Anyway, obviously it didn't work out, but I just came across the only copy of this videotape, man. It's us doing all the songs on Eye for an Eye, and some of the songs ended up being on Animosity, and it sounds fucking killer. It's just weird because it's us jamming and there's nobody there. It's just jamming for the camera, so the critic guy could show off Eric's good looks.
Well, I hope you can get that uploaded soon. I'd love to play it on the show, man.
Yeah, I'll get it. For sure, I'll do it. Man.
Cool. That's awesome. I know you played Tampa quite a few times, but I was telling you, I think the last time I saw you was at the Cuban Club, and probably '86 or '87.
Was that the one we were talking about?
Yeah, the outdoor show. The outdoor show. Yeah.
Well, that was right around the time. Was the skinheads, the Nazi skinheads back then, there weren't a lot of them, but they made their presence known, particularly at COC shows. They really didn't like us very much. They liked our music, but they didn't like our politics or whatever. And anyway, they would be, like, there was a bunch of, like, pretty bad knuckleheads from San Francisco and shit like that. They'd get in trouble with the cops and have to be, have to vamoose and move to Dallas. And a lot of them moved to fucking Florida. And I remember we were playing, it was that show you were talking about. And it was the 3-piece, and I think it was outside, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And there was a fuckload of people there, and we were kicking ass, and we had put an album, an EP out called Technocracy, and one of the things on Technocracy we said, because we were so sick of the skinheads, the Nazi skinheads anyway, I said, the only good thing about a Nazi skinhead is that they're biodegradable.
Yeah.
And it took them a long time to figure out what biodegradable meant. But when they did, they were mad as hell. And anyway, so they showed up at our show, and they had like Confederate battle flags and stuff like that.
Jesus.
And they raised it in front of old Mike Dean, and damn if Mike Dean didn't pull out his pecker, it'd start pissing on it.
Oh, shit.
The show. So they got nuts, and some, I don't know how the crowd actually got them to go outside, but yeah. That was the show. Yeah, they ended up thrashing our van, popping all
That
the
shit
time.
does not happen here anymore, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
We ran the skinheads out of
never
town.
let that shit happen.
You did? Oh, that's good news.
Long time
no
ago.
way.
Yeah.
A lot of them are dead now, I think.
Yeah,
For good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or CEOs of Halliburton or something.
CEOs of t-shirt companies.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ, something.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
What do you think? What are some of the bands that you like that you've played with or met along the way, touring and stuff that you could share with us that you would say, hey man, check these guys out?
Well, just recently, there's a band in town. The drummer for a band called Double Negative. Have you heard of Double Negative from here?
No.
Hardcore band. They were really good. They broke up though. The drummer was. You ever heard of an artist, punk rock artist named Brian Walsby? He used to do a lot of cartoons in Maximum Rock and Roll and Flipside and shit.
I think I've seen some of them.
He did the cover for Walk Together, Rock Together, or whatever, that 7 Seconds thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Kind of Charlie Brownish stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He's in a band called Davidian. They're really good. If you hadn't heard Double Negative, they've since broken up, but they're from here. They're pretty good. We played with Baptist not too long ago. They were really badass. From Vancouver. That drummer's sick. Have you guys seen? You know who I'm talking about? Baptist?
Nah, I'm pulling up all these bands as you're saying them because I'm definitely going to check them out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Baptist, Double Negative. I think you guys like Double Negative a lot.
I just pulled
Baptists
up Double
are
Negative.
fucking insane. Davidian is that drummer guy's new band. Who else? There's a band from here in town that kind of sounds like old Johnny Thunder's Heartbreakers called Ghost of Saturday Night. They're really good. More of that, that old New York style hardcore shit.
Okay.
They're catchy, but they're not sickeningly sweet, poppy, gross LA poppy punk shit. You know what I mean?
And they're not like were they tuned down, playing tuned down a little bit?
I think they tuned to D standard, but
Give it that thick crunch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember when we made that change, boy. We thought we were the heaviest band on earth, from E standard to D.
Right.
And then we went from D to drop C. Boy, we thought we were the fucking heaviest band in the world.
It's like instant thickness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fills
Now
the
there's
air.
bands like Yob that tuned to A standards. Like, what are you playing with? Piano wire? What the fuck? God damn.
Wow.
But yeah, those are some of them. I mean, how about y'all? Y'all
Yeah.
What bands
pull 'em
y'all
up, check 'em
recommend?
out.
What bands? Well, I told you about two of the bands we got on here tonight. I could tell you.
You're in
Sorry,
North
State,
Carolina. He's in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a band from South Carolina. If you haven't heard the Flat Tires, you should check them out. It's more rock and roll though. It's definitely not punk rock or
Oh yeah.
as heavy as COC. But those guys are cool as hell, man.
What are they called?
Tires.
Fat tires or flat tires?
Flat tires.
Oh, okay, cool.
We had a couple bands out of Atlanta. It's more like rock and roll oi. I like them. They're called DDC
Yeah, these guys, DDC.
right here,
Oh, okay.
and the Antagonizers ATL.
Yeah, they're cool,
right.
man.
ATL. There you go.
Yeah, both good bands. They're bands to watch. We love. They're great shows.
Cool.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, they're doing stuff with Roger Merritt from Agnostic Front and like. working
Roger,
with-
cool.
Yeah, so I mean, they're up and coming bands. They're actually getting to do tours and going out. So you know,
Oh, that's
definitely
good.
a band that you'll see the name pop up somewhere.
Remember the first time we played Atlanta? We opened for it wasn't COC. It was another band me and Woody were in called No Labels. It was more like a Minor Threat sounding kind of thing.
Cool. I like that.
And
stuff.
there was a band called DDT from Atlanta that were pretty good. You guys ever heard of them? They're long since gone. There's another band from Atlanta that were really good called Neon Christ. Did you guys ever hear of them?
I think I heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They, like I said, I used to book all the hardcore punk shows in the area. And
That's cool.
Eric, I think you and I were talking about it. One of the places I used to do was a basement of a church in Durham, which is close by.
Yeah.
And the last show we did there, it was us and Neon Christ headlining.
Just
And
found them, yeah.
throughout the night, I led a lot of the neighborhood. It was in a really shitty neighborhood, like total ghetto. Durham is like Duke University, which is all like hoity-toity, and then ghetto. That's all it is. Anyway, so the church was in the ghetto, which makes sense because that's how I could get the place for $100 a night, right?
Yeah.
So I did a bunch of shows there. I think I did Black Flag and Toxic Reasons and Negative Approach, all sorts of shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was killer. Anyway, for whatever reason, I don't know, but throughout the night, I let a bunch of neighborhood kids come in because I thought it would be cool for them to experience the whole fucking punk rock thing. This is like '83, right? I'm thinking, well, they'll get to experience something that they never would have experienced before. This is when everybody knew each other, so you didn't have any fucking security.
Yeah.
Everybody in the scene knew each other. There was only 150 of us, right? So anyway, we played, and it was a killer show, and the Neon Christ were going on. And Mike Dean and I were in the back of the crowd, and we noticed there was a bunch of neighborhood kids around our gear beside the stage.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So you know what happened next? You see these giant black dudes go up the stairs because we were in the basement, and one of them has Mike Dean's bass amp. And Mike Dean had less than no money. That was the only possession he had in his life was his bass amp. So he loses his mind, and he grabs me and says, "Come on, we got to get this bass amp." We chase after these giant black guys. In the middle of the night, it's hilarious. It goes from us when we're outside with this one street lamp, us pleading with the guys that we're as poor as they are, we got to get this amp back, to them laughing at us, to them us saying we're going to beat their asses, which they laughed at even more. So then us deciding we were going to try and fight them because we had to get Mike Dean's bass amp back.
Yeah.
Anyway, that ended in total disaster, as you can imagine, because there's skinny little middle-class punk rock kids getting the hell beat out of us by these giant black guys.
Fuck.
Well, they seemed giant at the time. I don't know if they were or not.
Right.
Anyway, I remember I used to wear these Coke bottle glasses, and I remember seeing this giant fist come slow-mo, pow, and it hit me in one lens in the moonlight go this way and one go this way, and I was like, oh shit, I'm blind. So I decided to get my guy in the clinch. I started punching him in the back of the head, and all of a sudden he starts punching me in the back of the legs and stuff, and I'm like, God damn, this dude's strong as fuck. And he pushed me down, and Mike Dean's fighting with somebody else, and I try to get up, and I can't get up. And I reached behind my leg,
Stabbing him.
and he had been stabbing me.
Yeah.
Shit.
And the other guy had been stabbing Mike Dean.
Damn.
So, yeah. So, my whole idea of illuminating these neighborhood kids was a terrible idea. Anyway, the guy who was the singer for that band, No Labels, I was telling you, me and Woody's first band, the Minor Threat sounding kind of thing, his name was Wayne Taylor, and he was the first one from the basement to see what had happened. He saw me and Mike on the ground. He's skinny as a rail, probably 6'1", but weighed 125 or something. Just skinny little guy. He fucking snaps when he sees us fucked up and bleeding. And the guys are still down the street taking off with Mike's bass amp. And Wayne, like I said, he snaps and he starts chasing after him, screaming, "I've got a gun. I'm going to fucking shoot you in the back of the head, you motherfuckers."
Damn.
And he was so crazed and sounded so serious, they believed him. And they dropped the bass amp.
Damn.
It took off.
Well, you got it bad. It sucks you guys got fucking cut up, but
Yeah, we got cut off. So we got rushed to the hospital, and the Neon Christ guys said that when they were throwing their gear in the van to get the fuck out of there, that about 30 motherfuckers were coming from the ghetto to come get us.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks.
Wow.
I played the basement. And all I got were these stupid stab wounds.
Yes.
Wow,
awesome.
Jesus.
wow.
And the guitar player for that band Neon Christ is now the singer for Alice in Chains.
Oh, right on.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. all
Back then he
right.
used to go by Kip Duvall. Now his name is William Duvall.
Okay. Yeah,
Well, that was always his name. But
I
we
saw
just
them play a couple years ago. He did a good job, man.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
Yeah. So after this tour with Gore, what's going on? You guys just gonna do the holidays and shit, or?
Yeah, we're gonna do a New Year's show, and then the three piece is gonna call it quits for a little while. We're gonna do some stuff with. We're gonna do some jamming with Pepper. I think probably most of next year we're gonna do some shows with Pepper, maybe record an album or something. You know, that version of the band was pretty popular, so a lot of folks want to hear it. And we're like, all right.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, so Pep's gonna take some time off from Down. Down guys are being super supportive, and like, fuck, that'll be cool.
Are you in any other projects besides COC? Or is that pretty much just your like main focus?
It has been. When Mike Dean, for a while, about a year ago, was jamming with the dudes from Caius.
Mm-hmm.
And I became real good friends with the head of Dave Grohl's studio, 606.
Right.
I actually have known Dave Grohl since he was a little tiny little kid. I put Dave Grohl's first album out when he was like 16.
Cool.
That's crazy.
He,
Yeah.
he was in a band called Dame Bramage.
Why weren't you on 60 Minutes, man?
Yeah, I know, right? But anyway, since Dave's been a multimillionaire, he's been super cool to me. And when the three piece got back together and did our self-titled, he let us record at his place for like nothing, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, I became real good friends with the head engineer out there, and he said he's old Tennessee boy, and he said, "Listen, man, if you ever get some free time, you should come out. We'll record like 5 hardcore songs or something." I was like, "Fuck yeah, that'd be bad." Okay. So a month later, he calls me and says the Foo Fighters aren't in there. Come on out, and we'll record some shit. Now, I had a couple ideas, one of which was a poem that guy from Monty Python, John Cleese.
Yeah, John Cleese. He's awesome.
He had written some poem about Sean Hannity that I thought was really funny. He read it on like some TV show, like Keith Olbermann or something. But the poem read like discharge lyrics, and I was like, "Fuck, man, that sounds bad. So I should write some music to it." So that was going to be one of the songs of the 5 hardcore songs I was going to record. When I was flying out to L.A., the studio 606, Dave's place, is in L.A. When I was out there, I was thinking, man, I got to get somebody to sing it. And instantaneously, I was thinking, okay, I got to get Jello Biafra to do it.
Yeah.
So as soon as I landed, I called Jello, and I asked him if he'd sing this song. He's like, yeah, of course I'd do it. That sounds great. Send me the music or whatever. Like, okay. So we went out there, and instead of doing 5 songs in 4 days, we did like 15 or something.
Oh,
We
wow.
wrote all sorts of shit. And, as I'm taking off I go out to the airport in LAX, I'm walking back, and I see this tall drink of water. I'm all stoked because, I thought I was going to do 5 songs, and I did 15. And, I'm like, oh, fuck, this is cool. And as I'm going to my gate, I see this tall motherfucker with sunglasses on. It's the middle of the day. Like, why are you wearing your sunglasses? And inside. But he's got a big COC shirt on, right? So I go, hey, well, I walk past him, I go, hey man, cool shirt. And the guy goes with his sunglasses, goes, Reed? And it was Randy Blythe from Lamb of God.
Oh wow! Right
man.
on.
Yeah. So I ended up telling him about the project I was doing. He said, oh, I want to be on it. So it went from being just 5 hardcore songs with Jello singing one to Randy Blythe, and now we've got let's see, Lee Ving sings a song, Dave
Wow.
Wolf, yeah, Pat Smear,
Wow.
Vic Bondi from Articles of Faith.
Yeah, we got to have Vic on next week.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great song called Bleeding to Death. Brian Baker's on it.
Wow.
Fucking, Clifford from Blast.
Yeah, you just did a tour with them, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Big guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, that thing's called Teenage Time Killers, and it's coming out on Rise Records in January. It's got like 21 songs. It's bad as shit.
Cool, man. We'll definitely play that. Maybe we get you back and we'll promote that.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I want to get you back. I hate to cut you off, man, but we got some other stuff to do, man. Maybe we can get you back on in January or February if you're up for it, man. And I want to thank you again, Reed, for taking the time. It was really cool to have you on here. I hope you had a good time. Cheers, man.
Sorry State. What was the other band?
Sorry State, and this is Count It Out.
Count it out.
Count it
Yeah,
out.
Hangover, dude.
Yeah, he knows our song.
Yeah.
Cool,
You guys
man.
killed, man.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
man. Appreciate
Cool.
Let me know if you ever want to come to Raleigh, man. I'll get you guys a show.
Yeah, for sure. For
Awesome.
certain.
Awesome. Hey, maybe we could get you and Sorry State's going to be heading out that way too, man. So
Okay, hell yeah.
I'll send you a message and I'll tell you Steve Porter is the guy's name.
Okay, sweet.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks
All
for
right,
the, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man.
Right on.
Hey, so have a good holidays, man. Thanks for doing
Yeah, you
this.
too, man.
Yeah.
And y'all, if you're all around, if you're all invited to the Guar show, I'll get you on the list.
Cool.
Awesome.
Right on.
Thank
I
you
know
very
you guys
much.
are all, dignitaries. You probably don't need my help.
No, we do. We need your help still. Trust me.
Okay.
Time.
No one likes
You guys
me.
are the only ones I know there, so I'll get you all on the list.
Awesome.
Sweet, man.
Thank you.
All
Take
right,
care,
y'all
Reed.
take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Cheers. Cool. All right. Wow. I want to thank Kelsey Grillo for that, man. Thanks again. That was a wow.
Awesome interview.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, good interview, man.
Thanks, man.
Cool, super cool dude, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Down to earth.
So,
Down to earth.
Eric,
Yes.
I just got off the phone with Nasty Knobs.
Brian Knobs and
He'd
Nasty
like to be
Knobs.
on the show tonight.
Yeah. Tonight.
Right now. He's getting his hair done over at my friend's house in Largo, right here.
So how is he
He's
gonna
got
come
a
in?
fight going on. He said he can go in through the Skype right now
Yeah.
if we give him the account, or he can
Tell him.
call. He's
Tell-
had a few drinks apparently, so
Tell him. If
Hey, I said get up.
I'm gonna send him the link for phone number or whatever we can do.
I want to. If he has Skype, tell him. I just need his email associated with Skype, and I'll find him.
What?
I want to add him as a friend too. So I'll get him on here. I want wrestlers on here.
I know, and I just said we had.
Awesome.
Who did we just have on here?
It,
We-
moved, it moved.
We had his friend Scotty
that's what I'm
Tuhati.
That's what it was, Scotty Tuhati.
Dead, man.
Yeah, like right now, I guess.
That's a super cool guy,
Here
too,
you
man.
go. Look, here's
Yeah.
yep.
Super nice guy,
Nasty
man.
boys.
Yeah, watch the thing behind you. You're rolling on it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he's getting
man.
his hair done right now over at my buddy's house.
Cool. That's awesome.
His hair bleached because I guess he's got a fight coming up.
All right, man. We love you guys, man. Fucking, we love wrestling, and I'll prove it to you, man. I want to get you in the studio, Nasty Boy Knobs.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, long time friend, and I got it right here, buddy. Yeah, Nasty. That's right. So, anyways, about 10:45, we're gonna have Steve Porter. 10:45, 11 o'clock. Hang in there, Steve. We're gonna have you on here. Got Counted Out. We're gonna work on this, getting this worked out. I'm gonna play some videos by Counted Out, and we'll come back with Counted Out. Sweet. All right. So we'll be right back.
Think about that in your head. I gotta take the shit. See ya. Think about that in your head. I gotta take the shit. See ya.
ass, I'm gonna make you my rodeo of love. The rodeo of love. The rodeo of love. The rodeo of love. All of their guns and movement, ammo cut off and movement, all the showers and movement, factions and movements. All of their guns and movement, ammo cut off and movement, all the showers and movement, factions and movements. All of their guns and movement, ammo cut off and movement, all the showers and movement, factions and movements. All of their guns and movement, ammo cut off and movement, all the showers and movement, factions and movements. Rodeo of love. Rodeo of love. Rodeo of love. Rodeo of love. Find yourself a backer and jump up on her back. Riding fingers like the body's definitely where it's at. I don't know that I've been told the fall the field is mine. Big girl, the red's ass, I'm gonna make you my rodeo of love. Rodeo of love. Rodeo of love. Rodeo of love. All of their guns, movement, ammo cut off, movement, all the showers, movement, factions and movements. All of their guns and movement, ammo cut off, movement, all the showers, movement, factions and movements. All of their guns and movement, ammo cut off, movement, all the showers, movement, factions and movements. All of their guns and movement, ammo cut off, movement, all the showers, movement, factions and movements. Rodeo of love. Relentless, when you say my name, the sound of your voice is like a knife in the brain. Insanity is what you produce. You keep it up like my head in a noose. Hatred is what I see with these eyes. You're just a type of person fucking despise. Your style is what we become. You'll find I'm not the only one to share in this negative passion. Sometimes a normal reaction. Dramatic distraction, contraction. Sometimes a normal reaction. Sharing this negative passion. Sometimes a normal reaction. Dramatic distraction, contraction. Sometimes a normal reaction. Simple, all the mind to play. Like a broken record, you got nothing to say. Mirror, flesh afraid to see. You look close enough, you see the reflection is made. Hatred is what I see with these eyes. You're the kind of person I fucking despise. One style is what we become. You'll find I'm not the only one to share in this negative passion. Sometimes a normal reaction. Dramatic attraction, distraction. Sometimes a normal reaction. Sharing this negative passion. Sometimes a normal reaction. Dramatic attraction, distraction. Sometimes a normal reaction to you.
Mohammed, Jihad. Durga, Durga, Mohammed, Jihad. Durga, Durga, Mohammed, Jihad. Durga, Durga, Mohammed. Eli, come up here. You're the cowbell stance. Don't be a bitch. Come on, Mamuna. There we go, baby. Stick around for Doc Ruckus. Thank you. Good night.
Think about that. I'm gonna take the shit. See ya.
Are you ready? You gotta pay the price, no one to say goodbye. Fucking game death will, I'm not going to give, we'll leave this fucking place. That's right! Right at the window for that's right! Right at the window for that's right! Right at the window for that's right! We know you're taking well, that's right! Now! That's right, I won't love, never awake me, put in this fucking place. Well, the right step the room, understanding it, make opportunity. That's right, right at the window, that's right, right at the window, that's right, right at the window, that's right. We know you're taking it, that's right.
Chuckles.
All right, we're live. We're back. We were talking to a professional wrestler about being on the show.
Trying to get Nasty Knobs on here if we can make it happen.
Brian
We just have to
Knobs,
call him, but
one part of the Nasty Boys. They're probably like 15-time World Tag Team Champions. WWE, WCW, NWA, ECW.
NWA.
NWA.
Yeah.
I've seen that picture of NWA getting back together. It said NWA.
Oh, NTNA, I
with
think.
all arthritis or whatever. Like they're all old, haggard looking. They're gonna play out. That's crazy.
Well, they're doing a movie. They're making an NWA movie.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, they're making a movie right now that's like kind of tells you the
Oh,
whole Eazy-E story.
We're gonna
I
talk
was gonna
rap.
say, how can you do NWA?
You know who
He's
died
dead.
today or yesterday?
Yeah, well, what's his face?
From Sugar Hill
Yeah,
Gang.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, whatever.
Yeah.
Was it that one?
I don't know.
I
It's a
saw
big
it,
fat
yeah.
guy, 6'1". He was 6'1", and he's heavy, and that's why they pointed him out on TMZ today. I was like, oh, that's tragic. You know.
A hip,
Word.
a hop. A hip.
So what's your? What, did I miss this? What's your next show?
December 6th right now. Yeah, Shoebox.
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 Yeah, we're
I actually might have the Funeral Daisies on that now.
Yeah,
So that'll be
it's
interesting.
Shoebox, and then we do,
The next weekend is
The Crushmas.
Christmas.
and then we do
And the
State
Theater
Theater
Christmas
Christmas
Festival.
Festival thing.
What's it called?
I don't fucking remember. Something like Death in Your Ass on
Death and
Metal something
That's-
something.
Metal Christmas. We're the only punk rock band on the bill. But that's okay.
That's
We'll
all
bring
right.
it.
It's a
Yeah.
J-Rock show.
Yeah.
J-Rock's a metal guy. He does
Yeah.
a lot for the metal scene. And then the 31st we're playing in Orlando with
Uncle Lou's.
Uncle Lou's with
Gotcha.
Forsaken Prophets and Rotten Stitches.
Hey, have you guys been on Loud Fast Shitty lately?
Not for a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give them guys some love. They're on Monday nights.
Yeah, Bobo.
Yeah. They were giving us props last night. They had Spenjamin Bach on last night.
Yeah.
Their new stuff.
I just got their new song. Actually, probably the one that's on the that they played on that show.
Yeah, they said it was first time we played last night. So
I just got it for the comp. So
Well,
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. I talked to
It's different.
John Philly, and he said that they were getting ready to drop that album. They'd already recorded. I think right after they recorded, I talked to him. Cool.
Word. What do we got going on here?
Well, we're let's just try refreshing it up here.
Just making sure we're not dropping nothing.
Broadcast ended. It says we're still going here.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on.
Tells you lies.
It happens,
double checking
man.
on it, you know?
It happens. Last time you guys were here, we had the abortion twins. Those guys are gonna be coming back here soon.
Nice. Love those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just played a show with them, like 3 weeks ago or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
That
Yeah.
Riptoberfest.
Yeah,
too?
they
Yep,
were
that's what it
over
was.
with them. Yeah, right before Halloween. It was pretty good. Again, this time we weren't the only punk rock band on there though. But it was funny because all the bands that played before us, I think it was 4 or 5 bands, were like meta. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
No
and then-
crossover whatsoever.
No
It was
crossover.
straight.
It was like straight.
Yeah. Did they all have keyboards too?
No, but you can
You
hear
hear
that.
they had something going on in the background, and
Yeah.
then there was hair flying around.
It
and
was
there
wild, but it was funny
Yeah.
because the band that played before us, oh, they were a decent band.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
But they took like 40 minutes to fucking set up.
Did I just drink your beer?
And then they played like another 35, 40 minutes. So when we went to get up on stage, man, we literally played our 8th song. And they're like, all right, that's your last song. Oh, wait, we've been up here for 20 minutes. That last fucking band was up here for fucking almost 2 hours, dude. Fuck that. And we're the only out-of-town band, you know?
Yeah.
That's the thing. We're coming up for free, which we don't mind.
Yeah.
But when we're the only out-of-town band all the way from Sarasota,
So basically, our last song was actually like
3 songs.
3 songs. We didn't take a pause.
We just didn't stop.
It's so strange because you look at a community of musicians like what we have and what they have,
Yeah.
you know, and you talk about the difference between, you know, J-Rock's community
Right.
even. That's different than the Tampa community. That's a
Right.
whole different.
That's a whole nother
That's a whole
set.
other set of guys.
When
yeah.
you mix those it doesn't always work right.
That was amazing.
You know.
Well,
I work
the
on 'em.
problem is that you have there's a fundamental difference of thought in these bands. Like a
Yeah.
lot of metal bands and a lot of people in bands. Period. I mean, we're not guilty free of it. There's egos involved. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I've felt that sometimes some of the metal bands we played for have really massive.
There's a few
egos.
of them. There's a few of them running around. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, some of them have been really great, but there's been a couple of them that's been like, man. So for some reason, I don't know if they think that they're better than punk rock or that they're just so different that they don't want to.
I just know that when we were about halfway through the set, about the time when I start flopping around on the ground, I got up and I looked out into the crowd and I'm like,
Crickets?
the kids do not look amused right now.
Yeah.
Like, they were just like, what the fuck am
Eric
I looking at right now?
Eric Grant caught it on video too.
Oh, it was
it's on
good.
video.
Oh,
You hear
cool.
Jeremy stand up and he's like, he looks at the crowd and they're sitting there looking at us because they look at us and think we're gonna be pop punk, and then we play what we play and their faces kind of melt a little.
They're
We're
like, whoa.
What the fuck just happened?
and Jeremy's like, the kids are not amused right now, and they were literally staring at us like, fucking go away.
Oh, wow, what's going on here? That's
So,
funny.
Like we just brought a sword swallower and a fucking midget juggler on stage or
yeah,
something.
it was weird.
Well, I think we're all mutual friends with this next guest. This will be his second time being on. The band is Sorry State. Real happy to have him back on. You guys like him, man. I mean,
I love Sorry State. I like
Yeah, man.
I like Steve a lot, man. I've talked to him just very briefly, but in the little bit that I've talked to him, he's a really super cool guy.
yeah, and a lot of people don't know he is in another band, and it's Decry.
Right, yeah.
So I mean, you want to talk about you know, he know we've had other guests on here and they know the left-hander, you know,
Right.
as they call him Lefty. So
It's just left-handed guys, man. We're
Jesus Christ, left-handers.
yeah, are you ambidextrous?
No, but if you notice, like, because I'm left-handed,
Oh,
I play right-handed.
he's
but-
ambidextrous, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Those long car ride homes, man, it's
No, but
Oh,
if you
man.
look, it's funny because I learned on a right-hand guitar. If you act, like most people strum down when they play, I don't. Because my mind is backwards with it, so
Yeah.
I pick upwards.
Weird.
That's what gives it some of that weird twang too.
Yeah,
to the
that's
songs.
cool, though.
Yeah. But it's because I'm left-handed, but I play a right-handed guitar and I have to learn it backwards.
Yeah, I am the king of the typos, you know. But
you Teddy? Did you who'd you write that to?
Steve Porter.
Nice. Are you Teddy? He's gonna be like, no, this is Steve.
God, I gotta fart again.
Dude, take it outside, man.
I was gonna do it right here on your face.
Oh, come on.
I should have
Well,
saved my newspaper bags. You could have saved them.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story. When I was working up in D.C., they shipped these
That was
parts.
not real.
They shipped these parts in Ziploc bags, and we had this guy on the job. He was a fucking crackhead, and he was a real asshole, and he wasn't doing his shit. So we've been eating out of town all the time, out of town food. So I was real gassy, and they had these Ziploc bags. They had all the parts in. So I farted in the bag, and I zipped it up, and then I went underneath the desk, and I threw the bag on the other side of this panel. Well, I knew this guy was gonna fucking pop the bag because it was full of air. He popped it, and we watched him go, oh!
Get the hell out of here. That is awesome, man.
You can fart in the bag
That's
and
horrible. horrible.
It's like
Oh.
the next story though is when I worked at Hooters and I had this Jamaican guy. He was working on the line, and I go, Leroy, the fucking dishwashers, everything's coming out of the dishwasher stinks. And he's, what you talking about, man? I said, man, here, smell this fucking 6-pan. I just fucking farted in this fucking 6-pan, and I hand it to him, and he goes, like this, and he goes, oh, what you do to me, man? And he chased me. He grabbed a fucking knife, and he started chasing me around the kitchen. It was funny as fuck. So fart in a cup, let's tell him, hey, smell it.
Well, that Ziploc thing, that Ziploc bag thing, you just gave me a new weapon.
Awesome.
Arsenal, so that's gonna start happening.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
There's gonna be fart balloons like
Immediately.
floating around.
You know, well, I figured out you could fart in a container and smell it when I had this Pink Panther board game and it had the dice roller, and I started farting in the
I
dice
wish
roller.
people could see your face when you're explaining this.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
It'd
yeah.
be great because, you know.
You're like,